Hello, Mac family and friends. How's it going? As I sit here right now, I'm hearing the wind whip around yet again here in Saskatchewan, and even seeing some shingles that have been blown off here on the Mac facilities, and hopefully your houses are faring much better than our facility here. But you know what? It's Saskatchewan. What are you gonna do, right? And I mentioned to somebody this morning that perhaps the wind will just get itself out of the system, and the rest of the summer will be just as calm and as nice as can be. Yeah, wishful thinking, right? Anyway, we just wanted to do up a quick little video here, and we haven't done too many videos, and you're always trying to wonder what you're going to say and what you're going to do, and that sort of thing. But at this time, I really just wanted to address, obviously, the theme that is happening around us of reopening. We know that many of the different businesses and things that are happening are starting to reopen, different phases, obviously. The next one coming up in just a few weeks, but places of worship, churches, in fact, have been slated again for June 8th. June 8th is when they are giving us some guidelines to reopen, and I just wanted to really get your feedback. This is, I'm recording this on Wednesday morning. Tonight, Wednesday night, we're going to be meeting as elders, as a board, and discuss what that reopening might look like. Unfortunately, it's not a lot to deal with, I guess a lot to work with, I should say. They're really basically saying only 30, maximum 30 individuals within the building. And so that's obviously myself and media and music and anybody else. I mean, on a good Sunday morning here with recorded music, we're still already running about 5 or 6 people. If we have a worship team here, again, you're going to add another 2 or 3 individuals plus a sound tech. So, and that's all, 30 people total. And so we're really trying to figure out what that looks like, what that means. And so, of course, again, even if we do bring in those 30 individuals, even if we do a couple of services perhaps, again, just looking at all the options, all the restrictions and all the guidelines are still in place. We have to have a flow throughout the church. There still has to be the distancing that takes place. There still has to be, obviously, the physical distancing, no handshakes, no hugs. Heard from our district superintendent. Again, this is non-negotiable. Of course, first and foremost, this is a submitting to the authorities of our province and health system, and again, trying to curb this problem. Plus, it's also for those who, again, are not perhaps as healthy or perhaps in that same frame of mind, taking it in the same way. And so we don't want to, again, enforce something upon someone else who may not be at that same way of dealing with how all this stuff is going on. And so we simply just wanted to kind of go through some of this here tonight and figure out what this might look like, how this might come about. Some of the other restrictions or recommendations is against music, singing in particular. Obviously, this is a very moistly driven virus, and so singing and shouting and that sort of thing, obviously they're recommending no music. They're saying, though, if you do go through with music, everybody is wearing a mask. Obviously, again, with the social distancing and all the different things that are happening as well. So that's just another thing that we have to kind of think through. There are some other suggestions of what that might look like without singing. Some have suggested perhaps some dramatic readings through Scripture, particularly the book of Psalms, or other stories that we may learn from, and that's always an option. Perhaps, again, maybe even contemplative music, something, again, that perhaps we can, again, use just the incredible worship media of music during those times and what that might look like. So again, lots of things that are happening. Obviously also, again, with that is cleaning procedures. Again, making sure that people are being taken care of, whether it's coming in the doors, going out the doors, washrooms, facilities, and that sort of stuff. High levels of cleanliness, which they are asking as well. Again, also looking at some of those high-risk ones. Again, if you are immune compromised in any way, again, suggesting you definitely stay at home. Or perhaps, again, if you're feeling unwell and having any symptoms, again, please stay home. They're also suggesting that we would do registrations. How do you like that? Registrations for church and how you're going to show up. So you have to make a deposit of a certain amount of dollars. No, I'm just kidding. Make a reservation, registration. Again, they're trying to get that number of 30 individuals, particularly for this phase, under control. So again, you don't say, hey, you know what? It's a free-for-all. And all of a sudden you get 60, 70 individuals and you have to turn some away. Again, we have to work out all these systems and things like that. And so part of this video, again, is just really, again, to ask for your prayers, to ask for any wisdom, any thoughts you may have on how this reopening process is going to go here at MAC and what that might look like. So again, by all means, send us an email. Send us some thoughts, some ideas, what this might look like, and we'd surely appreciate that. Just a couple of thoughts that I have as we kind of go into this is I've sent out a couple of emails talking about caretaking and cleaning. Currently, we don't have a custodian. Our custodian was done, I believe, at the end of March, maybe even April. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. One day runs into the other these days, isn't it? But so we have no custodian right now. And obviously, there's less traffic that are happening in the main facility here at MAC, but we've been asking if there be others here within our MAC family that would like to participate in some volunteer cleaning, perhaps some team cleaning, rotational cleaning. Obviously, that's going to be a big step as to our reopening. Do we have individuals who are here and ready to be obviously wiping down common surfaces that are touched, door handles, windows, mirrors, bathrooms, looking after all those things, not only once a week, but also on Sundays, going behind individuals. So that is something we really need to make a plea about. If there would be individuals who would be willing to do that. Obviously, even with that, ushers, greeters, again, we always have a welcome team that is there, but a little more of a ramp-up sort of ushering situation, guiding individuals through the one-way process that we're going to have into our facilities and into the bathrooms. And again, we've got tight hallways, and so again, we can't be so strung out, anxious about how this is going to look. But again, we have to be diligent in our submission to these local authorities. It is right, it is biblical, and as well as we don't want to freak out other people that perhaps, again, would not deal with it in the same way that others would. So we want to be sensitive to each and every one. So cleaning and caretakers. Again, if this is something that you are able to do and wishing to do, again, send us off an email, contact us here at the administrative office somehow. That'd be great. Also moving forward with the music ministry. Obviously, again, singing is not recommended unless we're all masked up and how that might look. But we've also sent out a couple emails to know that music ministry is changing in some big ways. And obviously, Rob, long-term worship leader and really director in all things music, is done at the end of June. And we wanted to obviously send him off with a little bit something better than a COVID non-party. But again, that leaves a big gap for his team and for music ministry, as well. Talking with Brenda as well. I think some limitations are coming up, especially as summer comes along. So. We're looking again for those that are got some talent, got some musical abilities. We'd love to put together some teams. Again, this may be a great time to build some of those up, raise some of those up, because perhaps music ministry as we know it, or traditionally, it cannot happen the way it has. So maybe this is the time to build up some other teams and use some of the talent that is there, and getting some individuals together, perhaps throughout the week, and practicing and getting some songs and some lists together. So again, if you would be interested in that, if God has gifted you with that, we'd really encourage you to get a hold of us and offer those talents, those gifts, and we can pursue that further. We would love to have you come along, and that really is this time that we can, again, a lot of this with COVID, they're saying, once we come back, it's a bit of a clean slate. And here at Mac, again, it might be even more of a clean slate as we think of even our music ministries and things that are going on and some gaps that are going to be in there. And so I'd love to hear you, what you can help out with, where you can serve. That would be great. That would be awesome. Love to hear that. Really appreciate your prayers as we go forward in this, again, as we meet tonight. Would appreciate that as we move forward, what this might look like. Also, just wanted to just encourage you, for those of you, again, who have been faithful in your giving and your tithes and your offerings, continue to do so. And for those I know that perhaps may be struggling financially, again, by all means, let us know as a church family. Again, there's no shame in that. There's no reason to be anxious about things when there are individuals who would love to help out. And so, again, for those who can give in that tithes and those offerings, please continue to do so. Again, we're looking forward to getting back together in ministry and what that might look like. And so we've had a budget that has been set, obviously. We are paying the bills so far, and so we thank you for those who are faithful in that tithes and in those offerings. So, and God bless you in that, and for those that can give, by all means, continue to do so, and perhaps even above and beyond. We would love that, just so that we can have just to meet those budgets as we move forward. In particular, we think of summer ministries as we would get back to normal, whatever that might be. All right, so thank you for those who are doing that, and just a challenge for others. Please maybe get into that habit again, getting into that obedience of giving here at MAC, and so we appreciate that. Also, just one final thing as I wrap up here is also this weekend, hopefully, it is June, and me and my family have sort of made the tradition of the beginning of each month to hand out some care packages. And so we're going to be hopefully going out here on Saturday, so I hope the wind is going to be a little bit less so. We're going to put together some care packages for the month of June, obviously some treats and some snacks, obviously some times of devotions, something again for help us to grow in our relationship with Christ, our walk with Christ. Again, discipling doesn't stop because of a virus. Worship doesn't stop because of a virus. Perhaps it should be even enhanced as we think of God's faithfulness and goodness. So we're going to be handing out some care packages. Also within that care package is going to be some special little items for Father's Day, which is also coming up here in mid-June, actually almost the end of June, I guess, the way it kind of lands this time. So get ready for Father's Day. Again, we try to celebrate Mother's Day, at least from a distance, but we're going to do that for Father's Day as well. And so look outside for those care packages on Saturday, probably Saturday afternoon sometime. By the time we get around to everybody, it takes about 3 to 4 hours to get around to Martinsville and Warman and Osler and out to Hepburn, and everybody gets one. So look on your front step. I know some of you don't always go to your front door, but check out your front step, and hopefully there'll be a little package, little care package to show our love and care for you guys, our MAC family and friends. And so, keep being faithful, keep learning, keep worshiping, keep joining us on Sunday mornings, whether it's online or as we begin to reopen what that might look like. Keep praying for us. Again, keep looking for opportunities that God will give you to reach out. We have to continue to practice evangelism and building the gospel bridges. That's why I love this background that we've been blessed with here. And so just continue to build those gospel bridges, and knowing again that Jesus is our hope in this situation and the days to come, every day of our lives. So thank you. God bless, and love you. And hopefully we get to see you soon in person, face to face, and as these recommendations and guidelines and restrictions get less and less. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.